Author and political commentator Naseer Al-Omari joins us. Tell us what he thinks. Naseer Al-Omari, you just had this report come out that said that the regime in Bahrain, I forget the title exactly, has pretty much tortured, something that's been well known, but they've continued with their torture in defiance of what, for example, UK has said in terms of reforms, or the regime itself has said that they are reforming themselves. And then now you have this. Is this a message that Bahrain is trying to send out?
Well, it's a strategy on the part of the Bahraini regime. They talk democracy to the world. They preach reform to the world. In the meanwhile, they're playing a double game with the Bahraini people. The report by the Human Rights Watch group is very damning. As early as March, there are reports of torture, reports of mistreatment of prisoners, and now we know that the Bahraini regime is going after activists with these unreasonable prison sentences. Even journalists have been sentenced to long jail terms. This regime is playing a double game, and unfortunately, the West is playing its game.
And when you talk about the West, can't help but talk about the UK. Before this report, they said that there's a reform process going on, and they happily opened up that £15 million base, army base, the first time in 40 years. And this is all, it appears, for arms sales. Is it that, just that, arms sales rank so high that they can trample any democracy or human rights?
Well, it's that, and according to the Strategic and Defense report, they are actually praising Saudi Arabia for being a player in the Middle East, these regimes play a very important role in the strategic interests of these Western governments. It's hypocritical on the part of the West to preach democracy to the Bahraini people and to the Saudis when they are engaged in supporting these regimes openly. And it's also it's a shame that the West is calling on the Arabs and Muslims to put an end to terrorism when Bahrainis are being tortured at the hands of these regimes that are supported by the West. And then we wonder where extremism comes from. I think extremism can be traced to the decisions of the British government and, unfortunately, to some American administrations.
Thank you for that. We appreciate it. Naseer Al-Omari, author and political commentator there from New York.